So we have set up our index.html, we have set up our error.html. So we will go ahead and we will create our static web hosting pages. I got a message from Airtel today morning saying Airtel is having some issues. I don't know if it is affecting me. So here all the logs are getting created. If you remember, I set it up on the root level itself, and all the logs that yesterday we tried to create in April 24th is getting created here. And I realized it when I choose the logs prefix that it adds the prefix here for me to clean up, and I was in error to tell you that it will go into this folder or directory. So when you do a prefix, each and every log file or access log file gets prefixed with that string that you give there. It doesn't go into the directory or folder here. So that is what the log files, access logs, if you remember yesterday, we are talking about. That is what you're seeing here. It is the same bucket. So what I'm going to do is, if you remember, yesterday I created two versions of this. It should be visible here, two versions. I'm going to add one more version now. Upload, add files. It is probably in my course content, in my PPTs, in my sample HTML files index. Okay, let us go and change our permissions once again. I can set up bucket level policy for read permissions for everything, but I don't want to do that. There are other files there. Let us do it only this way. Everyone, great. And once again, let us change it and see what happens. I'm going to give Amazon key, and because we're going to encrypt it and see if that is going to affect anyway. Upload, in progress, and success. So if you remember, I created one more directory called images because the index.html reaches out to the what you call it, the images directory to see the pick up the image. As of now, to show you that the images directory is not there and it won't show the image, let us go here and click on that URL. So you see here, this is a tiny image missing icon here. I could have done an alt text, but anyway, that is not necessary. So point I wanted to show is the image is missing, so let me go ahead and create a folder here which is called images. Save, and for this image directory also I'm going to upload my dna.jpg. My apologies guys, I should have set it up before you guys came in, but anyway, if anybody is interested in writing their own static website and code, this will help them to understand. This is being a 2 MB file. We are going to see the progress taking some time. Usually, if you noticed, we just upload it and it just disappears and comes into the success state. So we will see some kind of, hopefully, we will see this 0 kbs per second should change, assuming my internet is holding up until then. So while this is happening, we will go back to our CloudFront services now. Okay, let me duplicate this page. Let me close all these pages. Still not happening. I will give it a minute. So meanwhile, services, CloudFront. As you notice, I don't search for the services. I find that not effective usage of time. So I search for the services and find them. So if anybody didn't see that refreshing, I just went to services here. And then as usual, I do a search for services here. taking a huge time, isn't it? So if you type CloudFront, you will get it exactly like that. Then you can go to the CloudFront. Okay, it is taking a while. Interesting. Let us hope everything works. Okay, so we are back, and I'm just leaving it for some time to upload, guys. We'll come back and see while we finish setting up our distribution. So this is the CloudFront dashboard that you might see when you log into CloudFront for the first time. So the first step is creating a distribution. That is what type of content that you want to distribute. So let us click on create distribution. It gives you an option, as I told you, whether it is web-based content or a streaming content, RTMP. Amazon uses this protocol, Adobe Flash Media RTMP protocol, to distribute your content. There is another type of streaming. Apple, being Apple, they use their own streaming technology. So if you want to distribute Apple content, you need to use some kind of a plugin to send it through this kind of protocol, and then use Amazon to distribute your content. That is, any media that is shot from Apple or coming through from an Apple mobile, you cannot directly stream it with RTMP. You need to have an intermediary to convert it to this one and then send it here. So we are going to set up a static website. So that is going to use only HTTP and some images. So you can do this. Now we are talking about the second part, our origin settings. So it is asking me where is the content coming from. It is asking me what is the origin domain name. When I click on that, it gives me an option of S3 buckets and elastic load balancers. If you have your own domain name or anything like that, then you can type it here and then configure the rest accordingly. Here in our case, we are going to point it to our S3 bucket. So my S3 content is in this AWS demo 1 bucket. If I can show it here also, see here, my content is delivered from this AWS demo 1 bucket. So I'm just choosing the same thing here, and it is asking me the origin path. If you don't know how to choose this, you just, my origin path is, I'm not kept it under any subdirectory or anything. So you just have to put a slash here, as it says, beginning with a slash to append the directory name to the value. So if I have anything else, I just have to put a slash there, and it will not take it because the root directory path is automatically taken there. And origin ID, it is automatically created from my origin bucket name. You don't have to configure it when you're pointing to a bucket. And it is asking me, do I want to restrict my access? Remember I told you about user level access and for an organization. Then if you apply the user level access to the bucket policy, then automatically this bucket policies will be enforced. You don't have to do anything here. So we are not restricting anybody as of now. So click on no. Let me just go back and quickly have a sneak peek and see whether it is finished. The uploading part, yeah, it seemed to have finished. We have our dna.jpg file and 2.7 MB. Just let us give the permissions so that we don't have errors. Where are the permissions? So I'm just, again, everybody is read and read. Everybody is having read and read. Okay, we are good here. So if I go and refresh this page, do you think I should see the image now? Yes, no, quickly.
Yes.
Okay, you can see that loading. This is what happens. So if I do a right click on this and open image in a new tab, you will see the image is delivered from my S3 bucket right now. The URL is this. So this is my page, this is my image coming from. Let us set it to CloudFront and see where is the image coming from. Let us continue ahead. I'm not going to customize anything here. You can just leave it in default state for all this caching behavior settings and everything. You don't have to change anything. These are all the settings that you need for doing fine tuning your distribution. As I told you, what happens when you do a get request, what happens when you get a post request, and all those things you can configure if you really want to do it. And this is the option if you want to secure your content traffic by using an SSL certificate. So, and anybody typing http your website.com, and you want to redirect them to HTTPS or forcing them to HTTPS, then you use this option. But for very basic, very simplest form of hosting, you just leave everything to basic and move on to the next one. Here is the price class that we talked about, if you remember, or even Mr. Anand, I think, was talking about the same thing in a different way. So this option gives me where I want to cache my content. As I told you, there are three different options that I get. One is US, Canada, and Europe, that is Western world. And another one is US, Canada, Europe, and Asia without Australia there. And if I want to do it all locations, then I do this. Last time when I was doing a demo, it did best performance. It took a long while for caching. So for a demo to work successfully, I'm going to choose this option. And also to remember is, this is more costly, this is less costly, and this is the cheapest option. So you can say I am going to choose the cheapest option right now. I am not configuring any firewalls as of now, leave it as none. And same way, I am not configuring any CNAMEs also here. So default SSL certificate will be applied. That is, Amazon itself creates an SSL certificate for me and maintains it. I'm not going to do anything. As I said, you don't have to touch any of these things. If I want to enable logging, it will ask me where I want to put the logs. So I can do something like this, and the log prefix is, let us say, CloudFront access logs. So this prefix I should see in front of those logs that we were seeing earlier. If I go back here, I'm just going back to the bucket. You see, these are all the, let it refresh. These are all the logs that was created for my static website. And when I am going to see my logs for traffic coming through CloudFront, I will see this prefix. So that is done. I don't want to give any comment. This comment is for a user descriptive comment. Anything that you want to remember or talk about, we can say something like a static website from S3 cached in CloudFront. I use a hyphens in between most of my comments and other text because when I'm processing with some script or something, it becomes easier rather than spaces. So I want to have my distribution state enabled. That is how it gets into active state. So finally, click on create distribution. So we are almost done. It is left to Amazon for doing its job now. As you can see, the spinning wheel here, it takes some time to process the content and redistribute it. You can see the state is enabled, but it is still copying the content and redistributing all across the edge locations. So if I want to edit it anytime, what I do is I click on this. I can click on this and do this. Let me click on this ID itself. It will show me all the settings that we talked about just now. Origins, behaviors, and all those things that we chose. And restrictions is the page that I'm going to show now. You see, it makes it very easy for me. By looking at itself, I don't have to explain myself. Geo restriction, in other words, I want to restrict content based on geographic location. If I choose enable here, it is asking me the countries. This is what Mr. Anand was saying. He will give access to a particular country only. So if I choose, say for example, restriction type is blacklist, I don't want people from Zambia to view my content, I do something like this. It is as simple as that. So you have this option and it is set. And then error pages are there, custom error pages that you can set up. This I'm still working on. I have not personally set it up myself. I try to do it, let us say a 404 page, and custom error response is a root path that is slash only, and let me just check it up. Okay, ours is error.html. Let us see if this is working. I'm going to give the fool the browser by saying 200 OK. Actually, the browser should be showing 404, but instead I'm going to tell the browser show this page and say the user that everything is A-OK. Let us set it up and see if it is working. Okay, let me go back. Origins, we set it up already. It is in my bucket. And let us go back to behaviors. So we did not set any of these things. We don't want to do that unless you want to fine tune your application. Let us go ahead and create some tags. So name, what is that? Static web hosting demo. Anything that is user friendly and easy to remember or helps you to remember what is this distribution about. You see, the ID is alphanumeric for Amazon to remember. If you want to know more about this, IDs and comments help you to understand. So let us go back to distribution and see what is the status. It is still in progress, but that shouldn't stop us from trying this domain name. Let us go ahead and try this domain name in the browser. It is still not cached. It will take some time. So that is what this in progress state means. Let us wait for some time. We can discuss some questions or anything else that you want to see here. Then we can come back and test it by the end of this class. Once this in progress state changes, then we should definitely start seeing our content there. So this is how you set up a CloudFront distribution for your static websites. These are all the caching statistics, monitoring and alarms and all those things. This is just to understand who is watching your content, how much is being watched, and who is referring to your content. All those kind of a dashboard is available for you. Very useful if you're having paid content and want to see who is watching it and who is referring to your content and all those kind of things. For static web hosting or very simple websites, this will not be much helpful, but good to know how to do those things.
Yeah, Naveen, for example,